Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Everything Educator Related, where I talk about everything educator related in the state of Florida. So today we're going to talk about some FTC general knowledge resources. I know I haven't made a video in a while. That's because you're not encouraging me, you're not liking my videos, you're not subscribing, nothing like that. So if you want to continue seeing me making videos like this, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button in order to encourage me to make more videos like these. If it's helping you, in other words. Now, as I was saying, today we're going to discuss some general knowledge resources. Now, I made a video discussing the resources for reading. Please head over to that video. As you can see, the red arrows are pointing to the videos that I made before. I gave some really good examples of some reading resources that could help you to practice for the general knowledge reading exam. So the first one is how to prepare for the FTC general knowledge reading, and the other one basically gives two apps that you could use to prepare you for the exam. Now my latest video is what you really want to check out, which is the 2022 in-person test taking strategies. I spoke about how to approach the exam taking it in person. So you really want to check out that video if you're going to take the general knowledge reading exam soon. Now, we're going to get into resources for English, math, and essay. The first one being the essay. Now, the essay is 50 minutes long. You're going to get a prompt where more than likely it's an expository essay. So the prompt is either going to be a pro or con or a advantage or disadvantage type prompt that you're going to write on. Now, I might make a video going deep into the FTC essay, but I'm going to show you two videos that's going to help you to really prepare for this exam. It's really like the two videos that I'm going to show you is really good. Now, just a little background on the FTC essay exam. You have to score 8 out of 12 to pass. Now, there are two persons who score the exam. So you want to make sure those two persons give you a 4. So one person give you a score of at least 4 and the other person give you a score at least 4. That's the minimum. Because if they give you a 1, 2, or 3, you're not going to pass. So if you add 4 plus 4, it's 8. And remember, you need 8 out of 12 points to pass the essay. Now, nothing is wrong with striving for a high grade, because if that person gives you, if 2 of them give you a 5, that's 10 out of 12. If 2 of them give you a 6, that's 12 out of 12. So as long as you get a score of 4, as long as you ensure you write your essay how it's supposed to be written, and you get at least a 4 from each person, then you're good. You're good to go. You have passed. Now, before I show you the two videos that I was talking about, this is what I mean. If you go to the FTCE website, they give you a scoring criteria. So as I was saying, if you get a 4 from from the two persons, you're adequate, meaning the main idea is stated and adequately developed. Organization is adequately logical. The focus is maintained, and so on. The best scores is 5 and 6. If you score a 5, that means your essay is effective. If you score a 6, that means your essay is really good, in other words. No, but you don't want to get a score of 1, 2, or 3, because a 1 means weak, 2 means rudimentary, and 3 means emergent. So you want to get a score of 4, 5, or 6 from both persons. Now, to move on, the first resource I'm going to tell you about to study for your essay is Learning Liaisons. Learning Liaisons is very good. They have two videos that I'm going to show you that is definitely going to help you to prepare for this exam. Their website is here. They offer courses that you can take to prepare. But as we go further down into the video, I'm going to tell you why you want to really check out Learning Liaisons, especially for the English and the math. But if you go to YouTube, they have two videos. Please check out these two videos because these two videos are super helpful. These two videos are going to ensure that you pass the exam. So you really want to check these two videos out. Here's a link, or you can just type in FTCE Essay in YouTube and you look for these two videos. So for the math and the English exam, the competencies should be your best friend. Let me repeat that. For the math and the English FTCGK exam, you want to look into the competencies that are on the FTCE website. Now let's get into the English first. The English exam is 40 minutes long with 40 multiple choice questions. Now you need a score of 200 to pass. So let's go to the as I was saying, I'm looking for the English. Okay, here we go. As I was saying, the competency should be your best friend. You have three competencies that they're going to test you on. Knowledge of language structure, knowledge of vocabulary application, and knowledge of standard English conventions. You need to know these competencies because this is what you're going to get on the exam. They're going to test you on placement of modifiers. Do you know what a modifier is? They're going to test you on parallelism. Do you know when a sentence is parallel? Do you know how what is a proper syntax, meaning a proper sentence structure and sentence meaning? Do you know what those look like? Now, this leads me to my other resource. You are going to need to go to study.com and learn liaisons to practice for the English exam. So before going into the competencies, look into getting study.com and learning liaisons because they actually go through the competencies with you. So let me click on study.com. As you can see here, they literally have a bunch of videos on what you need to know to prepare. Super important. So check out study.com. You have to pay for a subscription. I'm not sure how much. You'd have to check that out on your own time, but they go through it, the different competencies with you, especially learning liaisons. If I was to tell you which one to get out of the two, I would tell you learning liaisons because they go through each module. No, not module, I mean competency with you. Let me see if I could find it, the English course. So this is what the website looks like. They have the different courses. You definitely want to check them out because they definitely go through each of the competency with you. As you can see, this is what it looks like. As I said, they go through each competency with you. As you can see, they have slides, they have videos, they have quizzes. So you really want to invest in learning liaisons because it's gonna really help you. You can get a 1 year access for $75 or a monthly access for $50. So those are the two resources I'm going to tell you to look into, especially the learning liaisons, because you wouldn't have to do much because they already go through the competencies with you. Now, in order to practice now, so after you have your learning liaisons, you get the course and you learn what and what is to look for in on the exam because they go through each competency. You know what is going to be an exam because they went through it with you in the course. Now it's time to practice because once you learn everything from learning liaisons, you're going to need more practice just for reassurance. So two resources you want to use is iExcel and Khan Academy. I know these are middle school resources, but trust me, they do come in handy. For example, placement of modifiers that we were talking about. If you type in placement of modifiers, they literally, all you have to do is create an account. If the membership is up, you just find another email address and create another account. Simple as that. You really want to check them out because they give you practice questions. Now keep in mind, whenever you're doing this, you have to be realistic. You, I'm pretty sure you're not going to get second grade work for the FTC. You want to at least try for grade 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to at least practice. So you're going to go to the competencies and you're going to paste them in here and see what comes up. So if we want to practice, let me see, misplaced, matter of fact, 7th grade, are the modifiers used correctly? If we're going to practice that, which sentence is correct? It is a common misconception that Abraham Lincoln wrote the Gettysburg Address on the back of an envelope while traveling. It is a common misconception that Abraham Lincoln wrote the Gettysburg Address while traveling on the back of an envelope. Now, which one of those sounds make more sense to you? That's why we need modifiers. Clearly, this is a misplaced modifier because there's no way Abraham Lincoln is writing the Gettysburg Address while traveling on the back of the envelope, as if he's on the envelope. This one makes more sense because he's writing the address on the back of an envelope while he is traveling. So this would clearly be the correct answer. So you want to make use of iExcel and you want to make use of Khan Academy because for Khan Academy they actually have videos where they explain stuff. So you can simply make an account and just press the search button, put in the competencies, and you will see them pop up and you can watch the videos. Remember, you're on your own basically because you're trying to find the resources to help you study. That's why I'm telling you, you have to know the competencies so that you can know exactly what to study for. So, next. Now, I have a special surprise for you at the end of the video if you stick with me and you watch this whole video, I'm going to tell you how to get this book for free. Now, if you know somebody that has the Nava Edge second edition, especially the third edition, please borrow that book. I'm begging you. Please borrow the Nava Edge third edition book. That book is going to prepare you for that exam for sure. And it's going to make sure you're prepared. So if you can get your hands on these books, it would be so good, because at least you'll have this book in addition to the course you're going to purchase. Now, this is a YouTube channel of Kathleen Jasper. She's the author of these books. I'm not sure why it's not clicking though. Usually, I was going to show you a specific video. So let me go back. So we're going to type in.
I forgot already.
Kathleen Jasper. And we're going to go to this search button right here. You're going to type in GKT. Matter of fact, you're going to type in FTCE English. This is an easy way to have the videos pop up. Now, I'm going to direct you to the specific videos, right? So you're going to want to have to watch this, because this is one of your competencies. You're going to want to watch misplaced modifiers. You're going to want to watch semicolons, plural pronouns, pronoun antecedent. You're going to go through these and see if any of these videos match with the English competencies, because it's going to come in handy. Dependent versus independent clause. Whom versus whom. Who versus whom. Fanboys. I versus me. Pronouns. So that's what you're going to do as a resource, as one for one of the resources. So next is YouTube. So once again, I'm not stressing this enough. You have to know the competencies. What you're going to do is copy and paste the competencies into YouTube, because YouTube is a great resource. You're going to copy and paste. So for example, placement of modifiers. I'm pretty sure if we go into YouTube right now and we type in one of the competencies, you're going to see that there's not specifically videos that has to do with GKE overall, but just videos that you can watch on. You can actually watch about placement of modifiers, and it could actually help you. So as you can see, there are other people who talk about misplaced modifiers, and it's just a way to help you to prepare for the exam. So you have to diversify your study and your resources, so that you can have more than one person explaining it to you, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, so YouTube is a great source. That's why I'm telling you guys, make sure you know the competencies. Now, the math. I know, the math. The math. Like you, I had issues with math, right? But I'm telling you from now, you do not want to go into that exam nervous in the math test. I promise you. Do not go into the exam, the math exam specifically, or all of them, but especially the math, and be nervous. What you want to do is Make sure you're prepared. I'm going to show you these resources. You're going to prepare for it. Sometimes the math will look hard when you see it at first, but it's actually something that you already know. Because if you practice every single competency, no matter what type of math question they give you, trust me, you can work it out. So what you want to do is when you go into the exam, you do all the math that you can do. The ones that are challenging, in my previous video where I tell you the reading resources, I showed you at the beginning of my video here. I showed you how to use the mark. No, actually, it was my latest video. The latest video that I uploaded on the 2022 testing strategies, I showed you how to use the mark button. You're going to apply the same thing to this exam. You're going to mark the question and come back to it later. So do what you can do at first. Even though you have 1 hour and 40 minutes, that flies by so fast you'll be surprised. So mark the question, move on to the next one. Mark, move on to the next one. So do the ones that you understand first and then you go back to the hard ones. Now, this is a 40 multiple choice question exam. They provide you with a reference sheet so you do not have to memorize the formulas. Because when you're practicing for the exam with the competencies and the course you're going to help you to prepare for the exam, you're going to come across these formulas. You don't have to memorize them because they're going to give you it on the screen. So there's a button at the top that says reference sheet, I think, but I don't know the exact name. I think it's reference sheet they refer to it as. You click on it, you see the drop down with this. So take a look at this before you go to the exam to know what you're going to get. To know the formulas that they already have on this, so you don't have to memorize the formula itself because the formula is gonna already be there. Now, you cannot bring a calculator in there. You're gonna get a on-screen calculator. But I advise you to ask them for a physical calculator because it's much better, especially if you're used to using a calculator. But trust me, it's the simplest calculator you ever see in your life. This calculator is not a scientific calculator. It's literally I think they call it 4 operation. I don't, I think it's 4 operation calculator. I don't remember. But it's something like this. Very simple. You have your plus sign, your minus sign, your times, your divide, and that's it. Practically, basically. I'm not even sure if they have a square root sign. If you've taken the exam recently, please comment down below and let us know what type of calculator it is. Now, the type of math you're going to see is 4th grade to 9th grade. This is supposed to be something that's useful. What I'm telling you right now, 4th to 9th grade should be useful to you because that's how you know what type of maths to focus on along with your competencies. So remember that little trick I told you about iExcel and Khan Academy? You're going to filter the page to 4th grade math, 5th grade math, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade math. You don't have to worry about 2nd grade. You don't have to worry about 3rd grade. Right? Okay, so you need a passing score of 200. Now, I'm going to show you two, matter of fact, let me direct your attention to learning liaisons. You want to buy the course. That's it. I'm just going to tell you. Out of the gate, buy the course. For math, to prepare for the math, buy the course. And you'll be good. Because they literally go through the competencies with you. Let me show you an example. They also have videos on YouTube. You have to check them out on YouTube as well because they have some really good videos.
And 5 mil.
So check out this video specifically, how to pass math on your general knowledge test, because they give an overview of the exam. And he also works out the examples with you as well. So please, I advise you to please check them out. This is the title. Just put this in the search bar and you'll see. So definitely, if you're just starting out, go check out that video right now as an overview. So after you viewed my video, go check out their video. Because that specific video gives you an overview on the exam. So I already went on the website with you. Please just go by the course because it's definitely going to help you. Because they literally, you see, like how they have that overview, they have more in their course where they go through this individual competencies with you. Let me see if I could find the math competency. So this is a math competency. Let me see if I could find it. Yeah. So they literally go to competency 1, 2, 3, 4. They show you how to compare real numbers and identify. They show you the real world problems. They literally have single videos for each competency. And so that's why I'm telling you have to check them out. Now, this is another resource I found on the internet. It's called mathbitsnotebook.com. You can use this as a practice. You're going to get algebra, you're going to get geometry, algebra 2, see, geometry, algebra. So they basically, as I told you before, it's 6th grade to 9th grade. So this is a good practice. So you can check this out. Ratios and proportions, what a fraction is. Yeah. Yeah, so you want to check that video. That resource out. Once again, the second and third edition, especially the third edition, you just trust me. If you can't get this as out of these two, get the third edition. That's all I'm saying. Once you get the third edition for the math, I don't know, it's not sold anymore, so it's going to be kind of hard. But if you know somebody who has the third edition, feel free to borrow it, beg them for it, cry for it, because it's a really good book, and it gives you a lot of practice with the type of math question you're going to see on the exam. Another one, Khan Academy and IXL again. This is a good practice for the math, so definitely check them out for the math. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. So keep in mind, we said it is 6th grade to 9th grade. That's what I said. I think so. So you're gonna go to math. You don't want the kindergarten, obviously. You don't want the first, second, fourth, fifth. You're gonna start from here. 6th, 7th, 8th. Ooh, they even have algebra. They even have geometry. So I don't tell you to go through all of this, all 298 skills. I tell you to go to your competency, see which of the geometry skills you need, and you come back here and you can paste it or you can look it up. Clearly, one of the competencies is, let me see, graphing inequalities on number lines. Let's see if that's on the competency. We compare the slopes of linear functions represented algebraically and graphically. So I know this is a part, linear skills and such you can find. But yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. Or you can filter 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. So it really comes in handy for practice. And as I said before, Khan Khan Academy serves as a good practice as well because they actually have videos, especially them. They have a lot of algebra and geometry videos. As see, equations and inequalities, and we saw that on the competency. So once you purchase your course from Learning Liaisons, you can use Khan Academy and IXL as a practice. Study.com has math as well. They go through each of the competency as well. So you can definitely check study.com out. As you can see, these are literally the competencies. We saw number sense and operations. If you can invest in study.com for the math, that would be good because they literally have videos. As you can see here, plenty of practice. When you're taking the general knowledge exam, do not study last minute. These it's a lot of knowledge, it's a lot of content, so you have to take the time out. So if you know you have the exam, if you're not on crunch time, and you need to pass the exam right away, don't set your exam appointment for now because you're gonna need time to study, especially if you're just starting out. If you're just starting to study, you're gonna need time because it's a lot. So this is not to discourage you or anything, but practice makes perfect. You want to ensure that you want to ensure that you know every single thing you need to know before you go ahead and take this exam. This is another good website I found as well because they literally go through the competencies as well. So for whole numbers and equations, they literally go through it singly, if that's a word. So estimating sums and differences, they basically have videos. I actually came up on this resource for the first time today, but they seem really good. But so as I said, you can use this as a practice or just a review of information. And then you have this website as well, but I don't know why it's not clicking. Study study guide zone. You can put this in your browser. Study guide zone. Let me see if I could put it in here. If I can't find it, you would have to just type it in singly because I don't understand how that link is not clickable. But this is good for practice exams. They have a lot of practice exams on here. You click to begin and you practice away. But I'd say type in this exact web address because it takes you directly to the right thing. Okay, so we're nearing to the end of this video. If you came across this video and you have passed one of the subsets, please comment down below resources that you use to study. It will come in handy for other persons who are looking for resources. One hand washes the other. One hand helps one. I don't know if that even exists, but we have to help each other. That's why I'm making these videos. So if you know any resource, please comment down below. Now, what I promised you at the end of the video, you're going to go to this website. You're going to type in b-ok.cc, or you can just type in all of this. So this is going to give you free FTC Books. These books are very outdated, but the information clearly has been updated, but you can still use it. Because if you're going to do the reading exam, for example, the content for the reading exam doesn't change. If you're going to do the English exam, the content for grammar, for example, doesn't change. Grammar is grammar. So nothing is wrong to use outdated books. But let me show you how to. So you're going to type in FTCE. As you can see, these are FTC books that are free. But this one is from 2005, and I want to direct you to the Novel-Ed. So the Novel-Ed is second edition, as I was showing you, the purple book. But it's not the third edition that I really want you to get. It's the second edition, but it's close enough. The third edition goes more deeper into content. So if you can find a way to get that book, I would really advise you to try to get it. It's the best. Trust me, you're going to love it. And then you click download. And it will download. So, yeah. And if you have like other books you want to try to get, like textbooks for school, you could try seeing if it's on here as well. But yeah, you can also check out these books. The one is specific for FTC alone, like this one, and this one. So yeah, you wanna use as much information as possible, right? You wanna use as much information as possible to help you to pass this exam. Remember, your goal is to pass. It's not to get 100%, it is to pass. So please look into these resources I showed you in the video. My next video, I don't know what I'm going to do for my next video. I would really like if you could comment down below videos that you'd like me to do, so that I can inform you on anything you'd like to be informed on. But if you're not liking, if you're not subscribing to encourage me, then you can't expect me to continue doing these videos, guys. No. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And so I probably will do a video on different competencies. I'm gonna go back to reading probably, because this was more for the English, math, and essay. I probably will go back to reading, and I probably will go over competency 1 in a video. So that would be part 1, and then part 2 would be competency 2. So if you'd like to see that, please like this video, please leave a comment down below. So once again, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.